In this video, we will be looking at the midpoint formula. The definition of midpoint. The midpoint of a line segment is a point that divides the segment into two congruent segments. Now we'll need to use the formula, so recall the midpoint formula to find the midpoint between x1, y1 and x2, y2 is the x-coordinate of the midpoint and then the y-coordinate of the midpoint. I've shown this way. And then you find those coordinates by just averaging the x's. So add the x's together and divide by 2. And average the y's. So add the y's together and divide by 2. Our first example, find the coordinates of the point halfway between 4, 2 and -2, -3. So we'll use our formula. We need to take the x coordinates, add them together, so 4 plus -2 divided by 2. And then average the y coordinates, 2 plus -3 divided by 2. Do the math. The x coordinate of the midpoint is 2 divided by 2, or 1. And the y coordinate of the midpoint is -1/2. Now our second example, given that the coordinates of the midpoint of a line segment are 1, -2, and one of the endpoints is -2, 6, find the coordinates of the other endpoint. So again, we're going to use the formula, but this time we don't know the coordinates of the second endpoint, so we're going to just use x and y in the formula. But our midpoint coordinates are shown here on the left, and then adding the x coordinates of the endpoints together, we have our unknown endpoint x value added to the -2 and then divided by 2, and the unknown y coordinate of the endpoint added to 6 divided by 2. This gives us two equations. The first equation is dealing with the x coordinates, so 1 is equal to this x plus -2 divided by 2, and the other equation is dealing with the y coordinate, so -2 equals y plus 6 divided by 2. Solve each equation and we get x is equal to 4 and y is equal to -10. Or if you show that as an ordered pair, it would be 4, -10.